It's Gucci YouTube. It's your boy Black Uchiha, 3 long face, skinny body. We are back on this beautiful, blessed Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, man. Boruto Code Arc officially started today, right? So let's go ahead and hop right into the business. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share the video with your friends before we hop into it. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Now, before we end the video, y'all see it right here, man. Don't forget to hop in the Discord because with the Code Arc officially here, it's time to turn up. I need more people joining the Discord. For the members that we got right now, I ain't gonna lie, it's been active as much as it can get. And truth be told, it's only gonna get more wild and more active from this point on. So go ahead and join the Discord and hop into the business, Yasuski. Wow, so the Code Arc actually kicked off with a banger. A huge banger, and it's great. It's amazing because now we're finally back. We're finally back to just diving into like small things that the Boruto anime adds to the overall story of Boruto and how it just makes it better. Fire episode, 10 out of 10 episode. I really did enjoy this episode, and you know, because I'm me, you feel me, I'm really built different. I actually watched episode 219 and a little bit of 220. I ain't watched the whole episodes, but parts for both of those episodes before I got into today's episode, and it was fuego, flames. Now, 2 key things that happened for those y'all who are anime only. Mind you, this is gonna be a spoiler safe, spoiler free video, so stay tuned for more videos coming out after the release of this video in terms of things that not necessarily are going to be spoiler friendly, revolving around Boruto episode 287, because a whole lot of things I want to talk about, but just for the review itself, right, and to save myself face, awesome. Like it was lit, bro. Before the whole entire scene with Code and Ishiki before the opening, bro, mwah, this shit was beautiful. My guy Ishiki, the changes on Code's designs back to his original designs, not necessarily changes, I would say, you know, his original designs. I know it was originally animated with the white claw mark and then the red eyes and even purple earrings. Now he got the silver earrings, green eyes, and then his claw marks is black, like how they supposed to be, bro. This whole entire episode was just I don't want to say a blast from the past, because you know, it's not like this shit came out mad long ago, but it's been a few years since we actually seen these things go down in the manga, and just to see it actually on screen, bro, and see it Eida actually on screen, even though she only had 1 line this entire episode, it was lit seeing her debut finally be brought to us, and Eida is finna turn up the series. Just mark my words, bro. But I already told you, I already know how I'll be rocking with those y'all who read the manga. You already know how I'll be rocking with it, right? But Eida is really finna turn up. She has a real solid fan base, so shout out to her character in terms of what she does for the Boruto story overall in the manga currently. Yeah, it's really getting lit. But Eida has officially been debuted, bro, and her OST, her introduction, everything from the T to the T, everything was done perfectly, bro. Even Code's fighting style introduction, right? And we've seen a conversation between both Boruto and Kawaki, so a whole lot of things to nitpick versus the manga and anime adaptations. A lot of things switched around. I've been heavily emphasizing this ever since the Code Arc been announced to come back, right? How they will go about adapting chapters 55 up to 58. We understand the Kawaki and Boruto conversation took place in the manga. This conversation took place before Boruto got the pills, but however, in today's episode, we see Boruto taking the pills, giving us the idea this is what he's been doing ever since the events that went down in episode 220. He's been taking the pills regularly, even though we don't always see him take the pills. And then he goes on to have that conversation with Kawaki about Code and all of the things that happened initially with the Kara and Jougan. So now that we finally have Eida in the anime and we actually have to see, and now that we actually have Code making his moves, it's time to get the story rolling in a direction that's only going to be up from here if we're just going to be 100% completely honest. Aside from Eida's debut and aside from Code's fighting style, because I believe those are one of the 2 most anticipated things. Me personally, I didn't even think we were going to see Eida this episode. Initially, I thought we were going to like probably end off on the whole entire episode with Code confronting the capsule that Eida was capturing, but we even got a little bit of dialogue from Eida later, and she was talking in the preview. So it's kind of everything about her character is how I envisioned it to be in the anime. They really went the extra mile with her character, all in all. But those two, Code's whole little fighting style, him being compared to the fourth Hokage, Minato, aka Naruto's dad, you feel me, with his whole little claw marks and how he's able to travel to them, and you see how much trouble he's actually causing without even getting his limiters removed. Yeah, now we already understand it. Episode 19, Amato debriefed both Shikamaru and Naruto and even Sai about how Code is the strongest right now, and his powers surpass Jigen's, but he had limiters in. At the time in episode 219, Shikamaru decided to keep that information between them. Now we see how Shikamaru and Sai at the start of today's episode, not necessarily the start, but they come across Code's claw marks asking Kabuki to confirm whatever it is that they were looking at. So they really did his whole entire scene in the Land of Snow, they did it justice. I ain't even gonna lie. Even the extra whole guard that he had to fight one-on-one to do, who was, pumped up on drugs and stuff, that wasn't even in the manga at all. So I really did enjoy that scene. And the fluidity of how Kobe moving through these claw marks, I ain't even gonna cap. Y'all know, bro, when it was originally manga, and before it kind of even at the start of the Kara arc in the anime, when we didn't initially know what Code's whole color scheme looked like, I was a strong advocate for Team Code. I'm not gonna be here to lie or to cap to y'all. I was one of those ones like, bro, this man Code hasn't even said a word in the whole manga. Yet he got the hardest and the littest fan base in the entirety of all the characters. And that was at a time, manga readers know the direction that the fans and the support for Code is going currently because of the events going down in the manga. But y'all know, like, when Code was first there, I was like, bro, this man Code, only thing I got, like, what's the issue with the strap on his face? But now we understand the whole thing with the claw marks and stuff like that. That was my whole thing with Code. And I started to get those feelings back when I was watching him fight this episode. I'm not gonna kizzy, but I obviously avoided talking about this until the end of the video because essentially, as for the review, 10 out of 10 episode. It was a great introduction to the Code arc. The aesthetics, the theme, all of the OSTs from the start to finish, fire. But let's talk about the Otsutsuki God, right? Ooh, before the opening, bro. So they reanimated the whole entire Code and Ishiki scene and added the full conversation that Code and Ishiki actually had, with Ishiki telling Code about the plans, the will of the Otsutsuki, preserving, the pure form of power that he has embedded in him in the form of the white karma, and also to become the Otsutsuki God. We see the solar system. We see how, Ishiki explains Otsutsuki just devour life on every planet, going to planet, devouring. These niggas low-key, they OP, bro, when you really think about it. But then we see the official panel for the Otsutsuki God. Now, when this dropped in the manga, it was off rip. Jougan is confirmed. Jougan is here. Jougan is there. Now, I know for a fact, just off the mere fact that we all have phones and we all could go on the timeline and see what everybody's saying. But off rip, soon as I looked at it, I'm like, no, they did not do this to us, because it's obvious, right? This isn't a Byakugan, and I'm not even going to stress the whole video just to talk about this because I could end up doing it. But it's obvious off a glance. It's like, why would they? You don't know what it is. It looks like I don't know. It's a dojutsu, right? Now, it's safer to say, if we're looking at between the two, Byakugan, Jougan, it's safer to say it's a Jougan. But essentially, the way they colored the entire palette of this scene right here, they did that on purpose. So the best bet you can do is look at actually his eyes, the Otsutsuki God's eyes, the way they're glowing. It lets me to believe, which is, aside from the fact that, the whole entire background of the thing is black, of the eye, the Jougan is black, and then we get the blue pupil. Essentially, the entire background behind the Otsutsuki God that we see, all of those eyes are shaded to the point where you can still see the base of the eye being black, but the pupil, the Jougan eye itself wouldn't be necessarily blue how we obviously know the Jougan to be, but it's more so gray, more so like, I don't even know how to describe it. In terms of it being a Byakugan, it's obvious that it's not a Byakugan just for the mere fact that the way that it looks, and plus the Byakugan's pupils are different, and the Byakugan has an iris around its pupil. And the Jougan is a little bit more softer, but you see the resemblance to the moon in terms of the Jougan, in terms of some shots with Boruto's eye, even going back as far as some of the anime openings in Boruto's shots with the Jougan having resemblance to the moon. So it's a lot of things that we can nitpick from this scene, just looking at it, say, okay, is this a Jougan? Is it a Byakugan? But looking at the eyes of that figure, you see the way they glows, right? Yeah, all I'm saying is no Byakugan glow like that, right? No Byakugan glow like that. But we got the Otsutsuki God official appearance in the episode today. Hands down, 10 out of 10 episode. The art style was fire. I know there's going to be haters on the timeline, winners there's not, so I'm not even going to dive into that whole entire territory. But in terms of the art animation, I enjoyed every single bit of this episode. If I keep on replaying certain parts, basically, long story short, if it takes me over an hour to watch a 25-minute episode, that's how you know it's fire, because I keep on watching certain things over and over again. But as for Boruto episode 287, it was a fire introduction to the code arc. Stay tuned for more videos that will not be spoiler friendly in terms of how we are going to be connecting this episode into the content that's going down in the manga. But as for the episode itself, fire, and I rocks with it. I rocks with the entire vibe. My guy Boruto out here ending it off like, bro, we finna train, we finna get crazy strong and go ahead and slide on this man Code, and Code out here making his moves. As you can see, Eida is finna be in action, so I'm looking forward to the next episode. Stay tuned until I drop my next video. Holla at your boy. I'ma holla at y'all. Leave the comments below. How do y'all feel about Boruto episode 287 and the official debut of Eida? Not only that, but the Otsutsuki God panel. Is it a Byakugan? Do y'all think it's a Byakugan, or do y'all see that as being like a Jougan? Because it's like, he's an Otsutsuki god. You feel me? Why are you surrounded by nothing but Byakugan? Like, at least like that Joan be a Tenzagon or something like that. So my whole thing is, it's obviously not a Byakugan, but it's hard to call it a Jougan. That's where I stand at. That's where I stand at with the entire situation. But yeah, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Holla at your boy. I'ma holla at y'all. Black Chia out. Yes, sir. Ski.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high.
Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said